Hello, gentlemen. Today we're going to break down a few different plays out of my new offensive scheme, out of the Saints Playbook. Now, this is something that I've been extremely busy working on the past few weeks. That's why I haven't posted on YouTube as much. All my free time has kind of gone to making this offense. And this is an offense I designed for you guys because there's zero abilities required to run this scheme. This is something that a lot of people who watch me have been kind of asking for. CFMers, people who play just like regs, and they don't have access to all these route running or extra routes and stuff. So none of these setups require these extra routes. And I'm going to show you a few of them today. If you guys want to check out the full scheme, it's on acemadden.com as always. There's over 40 setups. Most of the breakdowns are out of Y off trio and gun MTY Saint. I do have some breakdowns out of gun bunch as well as tight offset, but those are kind of like quick snap plays, just kind of meta setups. Not the deepest dive of all time on those two formations. Y off trio is definitely my main formation now, and I'll show you a few different plays out of it. But like I said, acemadden.com, it's called the Saints offense. Very easy for you to find under the ebook section. And if you guys want to gain a discount on that, just use code ACE for 15% off. You'll gain access to every single ebook that we have on the site, including this one. So let's go ahead and talk about sticking up first. Now, this is a play that I love calling to start the game because it's just a really good feeler play. And what I'm going to do is streak A, which is our tight end. And by the way, you want your trips to be on the wide side. So you see how the ball is on the left hash? You want your trips to be on the opposite side, just so your trips has a lot of room to work with. It's kind of like it's a common concept for trips users. Out route your outside trips receiver, and then you can either block your running back or you can put him on a wheel. I typically like sending him out. I don't like blocking my running back unless I absolutely have to, like they're screaming with a blitz or something. And what I'll do typically is I'll read the out route first, because if they play like a cover 3, he's going to be open immediately. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, he gets pressed. In this case, we have this return route underneath. Typically, you'll have like this high-low between this return route and this post on the backside. But the post kind of got robbed. As you can see, the safety came down and double teamed him. In this case, you really only had the return route. This route combination really is meant for beating zone, although we do have man beating routes like the post and this return route. Call it again. Check out the out route. He's going to get open immediately, even if the guy's pressed. I know he's backed off here. When I do random defense, they're usually backed off. Right here, check it again. Okay, he gets covered. Return route wide open, post wide open. Most times that post is not going to get double teamed. That was kind of a weird situation with that cover 1 where he got double teamed. So basically, yeah, read the out route and then move your eyes to the high-low between the return and the post. The wheel is mainly there as, to pull the zones to the sideline and keep them there. Check it out here. Right here, boom, post gets open late. This post is really good. It's very sharp. It's also very flat, so it gets underneath deep zones. Check it out here. It's a cover 2. High-low over the middle of the field. I believe I also had the running back. He's not typically a read on this setup specifically. I do have another setup where I just kind of like max protect and then wheel my running back. And then when I do it like this, my running back will always be my first read. So run it like this. The guy ended up playing a hard flat. Could have hit my running back again because I think that was like a cover 2 invert. And that's just not a common, it's not a common shell. Yeah, it's an invert. I could have thrown to the running back with a pass lead to the outside. But typically that running back is going to be wide open immediately. So this is another setup again. You can just throw it to him like this. Hopefully get a good rack, get your 5 to 10 yards. Just kind of depends on what kind of rack you get, as well as what kind of throw you get from your quarterback. Next up, we'll be talking about corner strike, and this is a really good way to attack a cover 3. Not necessarily always just a cover 3, but if they're making cover 3 type adjustments, this is a really good way to beat it. And the way I like to do it is fade the slot receiver, in route the tight end, and then block your running back. And one thing I'm going to say about this setup is it's not the best versus man coverage. If they play man coverage, I'll show you what you can do, but this really is meant for attacking a cover 3 on the sideline. So let's go ahead and take a look. What you're going to see is the fade is going to clear out this deep third. That was actually relatively close. It's not going to happen all the time. I can actually wait a little bit longer and try to hit this. As you can see, boom, like that. This is also going to clear out a cover 4 drop. So I'll go ahead and show that to you. And then I'll also show you like man coverage and what you should do versus that. And in the ebook, we have all that covered. You have an answer versus every coverage with every play. Corner strike, and then we'll do, I think cover 4 quarters should work since we don't have match turned on. So let's take a look here. As you can see, that's going to clear out that drop quarter as well. So that's going to work really well versus cover 3 and cover 4. It works versus cover 2 as well. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick, and then man coverage. My blind, there it is. Tampa 2. This one's the hardest one to fit in, but it does work. That's going to be a stock Tampa 2 drop. If they're backed off and their zone dropped, he's going to cover that. Like, that definitely won't get open, but that's just versus a stock cloud flat. And then versus man coverage, so we'll just do like Overstorm Brave or something. This is definitely where it's not that good because the C routes aren't special. Like, they're not like the hot routed outside apprentice C routes where they get a lot of separation. They're just not that good. So what you have to do is you have to ag glitch. Like, he got separation there, but I'm just telling you right now, don't expect it to gain separation. I'll throw to the other one now and always just ag glitch these as kind of like bailouts. Again, they're gaining separation right now, but if you play mud especially, just do not count on that. So right here, boom, just ag glitch this. It's not going to be a pick. You know, maybe half the time it'll be incompletion, half the time maybe you catch it. Ever since EA nerfed ag glitching, success rate has gone down a little bit, especially if you don't have like a deep out ability or something. But overall, ag glitching still works really well. If you don't know how to do it, let me know in the comment section. I'll actually link you to my ag glitching. Actually, I'll put that in the description on how to ag glitch. But yeah, that's going to be corner strike. The last play we're going to cover out of Y off trio is going to be Saints outs. And we'll just show you one setup out of this versus random play. And all we're going to do is hit LB or L1 and then right stick up. That's going to max protect and then put your running back on an in route. And this is one of my favorite setups because we have an answer versus everything. And it's just very basic. It's very easy to read. You're just kind of reading the high-low over the middle of the field. But you do also have an extra option, which I'm going to show you in a second. But yeah, it's just simple. Go ahead, read it like this. Check it down to your running back or hit the post. Either one of them is likely going to be open. I will say if they play like a cover 2 man where the man coverage is shaded underneath, at that point, your running back will likely be covered if he's not being usered. And you won't have like the best options in the world because the user can kind of take away this post. So cover 2 man, I would say, can give this play some problems. And I think that was cover 2 man there. Let me go ahead and look at it. Yeah, so that was cover 2 man. And the running back did end up getting open. But from what I've seen, shade underneath man does take away a running back in route pretty well. So right here, what I'm going to show you is this. So these out routes, this one's specifically to the short side. He's really good on ag glitches. So what I want to show you is this. This out route is actually really, really good in regards to it's very fast. But one thing that happens sometimes is, look at this. Before I even start breaking, this outside third is taking away my outside break. So you see how he's like cheating? It's like he's psychic. This doesn't always happen, but it's very easy to tell because it's happening before our break. So anytime you see this, you see the outside cornerback doing this kind of psychic bullshit, just ag glitch him. He's not going to pick it. Now, I haven't mentioned this. It's in the video with the ag glitching, but you do need to have a receiver that's over 6'2". So maybe this scheme doesn't require abilities, but it does require some height from your receivers. You don't want to be trying that with Tyreek Hill. So do it again. I'll show you right here. So this is a good example of you just winning straight up. So I actually did not need to highball here. highballing was completely unnecessary, because what you're going to see right before the break, you see how the cornerback is still squared up with our receiver. Well, once we hit the break, we win. And the flat zone defender is not getting over there. So I could have just pass led this to the sideline and got the catch. I still got the catch, but the high ball was completely unnecessary. It is on the safer side though, but the problem is when you, sorry, this is getting a little long-winded, but when you high ball it, your receiver goes up, and what that means is there's an opportunity for the defender to make a play on the receiver and maybe knock the ball loose, and the other defender can maybe pick it. So that's why, like, don't high ball if you don't have to, because you open yourself up to risk of throwing a pick. Again, right here, this post is insane, guys. It's going to get underneath any deep zone. It's going to gain separation versus man. This other out route over there, I don't like throwing to him for a couple reasons. It is like the same out route on the other side, but he's further away from the quarterback, so it's a further throw, and I just don't like it as much. It's just riskier. I don't know what happened with my offensive line there. They just gave up, I guess. It's kind of the story of the Bucs season, actually. So right here, boom. I actually didn't know if he was going to be psychic or not. I just highballed. And yeah, this is a really effective play, guys. And with this block tight end, you're going to have a ton of time in the pocket. The one caveat I'll say is if they have an edge threat, be very careful using this setup, because you don't want your tight end to be lined up against the edge threat. He's just going to get completely destroyed every single time. If you have an edge protector, you're better off sending your tight end out on some kind of route so your tackle can handle the edge threat. But I also have a play in this scheme that completely negates edge threat without having edge protector. So if you guys are interested in that, like I said, acemadden.com, check out the Saints ebook, over 40 setups, 4 formations, and there's no extra routes required, no abilities required. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. Subscribe for more Madden 23 content. I'm going to be trying to post a little bit more in the coming weeks since I'm not working on the scheme anymore. And I'll see you guys later.